Okay, so recently I've been given by New Balance a pair of the FuelCell Rebel version 2s to train in. And yeah, I've got a few Ks out of them so far. So 2 workouts, a long run and an easy run. I did my long run this morning in them, so 2 hours. And yeah, had quite a surprising run in them, which was quite nice. So this shoe particularly fits a new category of shoe that we're kind of seeing, quite an exciting category. So it's your fast daily trainer, your fun shoe, or your workout model. So it's quite a versatile shoe category. So this is like your endorphin speeds, what we used to see in the Nike Pegasus Turbo. So yeah, I've used them at close to race pace in a couple of workouts, and then this morning I got rolling again in my long run. But they're actually
seems to be a common theme.
Yeah. Well, this new category of shoe is like, it's perfect. So you can take it away on holiday, just like I've explained in a couple other models, and just use it for every type of run you've got in a week. Yeah.
All right. So, who buys this shoe?
Okay. So, if you are seeing a lot of the hype on the market with these really fun foams, you might not want to buy these plated models. So a lot of the training versions of the carbon plated shoes are coming out with the fancy foams and responsive foams. Now this shoe doesn't have a plate in it. So it's got the same midsole, so the FuelCell responsive foam that the RC and the TC Elite models that have plates in them from New Balance come out with. Now it's a very soft foam, but under pace, it's actually quite a responsive firm foam. So they've now made this midsole composition quite soft. So durometer is the sort of scale for midsole softness, and these guys have a 35 scale for the durometer, which I'm not too familiar with the scale of durometers, but it is a very comfortable shoe at slow paces, but then it can get rolling for sure. So your consumer is going to be someone that likes a fun shoe. They might not want to pay for a carbon plated shoe.
At 220 retail, that's
insane.
Yeah, that's bang for buck, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'll be getting a couple more pairs of these for sure. Like it is definitely. I've only put probably about 88 kilometers through them, but it's up there in the top shoes I've ever traded in for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So previously we've done a video on the endorphin speed, and you sung the praises of that shoe. Can you explain the differences or similarities, or where it fits in your quiver?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So this would be the equivalent foam midsole, so the premium midsole from New Balance that the endorphin speed has from Saucony.
Yep.
Now these guys are plateless, so I would probably put this as the best plateless shoe I've ever trained in.
Yeah,
So
wow.
this is going to sound funny, but it is extremely stable underfoot considering how soft that foam is. So you'd generally correlate a really soft foam as being quite unstable, especially because this lacks quite a stiff rocker and it doesn't have a plate. So they pretty much give stability by having this massive lateral flare, which I absolutely love.
Perfect for you, yeah.
So I'm striking out there and then towing off nicely. So
And so normally when people come to us and they start talking tempo, speed, the customer has been almost like groomed to expect that if you're going fast, you need a plate.
Yeah, especially in the current era we're in. So
Yeah.
they've been in their heavies or your daily trainers, like high offset, like chunky shoes, quite heavy in weight, and then you've got your aggressive, racy, snappy shoes. So we're seeing this emergence of like this really fun category or genre of shoe that fits the bill like smack bang in the middle. So if you want to run slow on your easy days, you can wear the same shoe as if you want to use it for your long runs on your weekend or whenever, and then do workouts in them as well. Like I did my workout yesterday morning in them, and then this morning I was like, I probably should rest them, but I was doing a long run. I was like, what the hell?
We're going to flash up the screenshot of your run this morning so people can understand what your perspective of getting carried away is. Because
it was honestly like an effortless long run, which on the rare occasion we all experience, and you're just like, you finish and you're like, oh my gosh, that was faster than I thought. You just get rolling. That's it. Like this, yeah. Like I don't wanna hype it up before we've seen other shoes come out this year, but it's gonna be very hard to top this shoe as like your very versatile shoe this year by other brands. I think.
Okay. I think that's the thing. The two biggest things, by the sounds of it, the feedback from the guys lucky enough to have run in it like yourself. The feedback seems to be, but the two big things it's got going for it is bang for buck and versatility.
Yeah.
Apart from the obvious with how amazing it feels and performs, right? But the bang for buck and the versatility seem to be the most.
And they look unreal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The colorway, I was like, even like when I was running this morning, I was looking down at my feet, and because I strike like that, this awesome racing stripe was just lining up perfectly, and I was like, that's such a good looking shoe.
And so this morning, I'm just pulling up a text here because this morning when you were running in this shoe, I got a text, turbo replacement is here, all in capitals. And then 30 seconds later, I see on Instagram, a good friend of ours, Tom DeCanto, has put up a thing saying, did you like this shoe? Well, you'll like this. So it's amazing that two of you, both, really qualified runners, have both.
Tom a little more than me.
But both of you, it was highlighted to me because both in the space of 15 minutes had both made references to the Pegasus Turbo. And obviously when the Peg Turbo got cut.
It was devastating because that was one of the initial models that they probably started that genre of like a versatile shoe that you can use in your long runs if you like to get rolling, which I know Tom and other runners in Sydney, like Igotto, they like to roll a bit faster in their long runs. Mm-hmm. This shoe, the Pegasus Turbo for those sort of runners, that type of person would, you'd use it for your long run, get rolling, use it for like a tempo workout, or your easy, feel a bit faster on your easy days. But now, we're seeing finally shoes that sort of imitate that Peg Turbo feel.
Yeah, the Peg Turbo, like from a retail perspective for me, seemed to fill a really big void for us of like, again, with its versatility, like someone like you would train in it and do tempo and long runs and so on. But a runner of my ability or lack thereof, it would be the fast racy shoe, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's what this shoe can be now.
Yeah.
And for $220, honestly, that is a steal.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, value-wise,
for what I
it
experienced
can't be
this
touched.
morning, like, I'd pay $220 every day of the week.
Yeah, and it sits like arguably in the same category as, say, a Brooks Hyperion Tempo, which is $300.
Yeah. So obviously there's like a big spectrum of prices each brand is bringing out.
Yep.
But this shoe is very bang for buck, like you said.
And so for those listening or watching, I'm putting you on the spot here. Do you know the specs?
In terms of heel to toe offset and
weights, so on.
Extremely lightweight. I don't know the grams.
Okay.
But 6 mil pitch. So
we'll flash it up. I think it's 204. This is a guess. I promise you I don't have notes here. I'm going to guess 204 in a men's size 9.
So we've got a 2 millimeter increase in stack height on version 1. And 6 mil pitch. So not super aggressive, quite mid-range.
Yep.
Not too high, not too low.
Yep.
But I reckon it's smack bang in the middle for your heavies to your race day shoe.
FuelCell midsole. Everybody has. It's all like the world of super shoes and that we're in. Everybody has their own foam. So what's FuelCell? So because the without a plate, right? The highlight of this shoe is the midsole material because there is no plate.
Exactly. Yeah. So FuelCell is a nitrogen infused foam. And like I said earlier, this is a midsole that goes across their range, their sort of speedy, faster shoe range. So you've got your RC Elites, your TC Elites. These guys have the same foam.
Yep.
But the cool thing that we're seeing is that brands are able to change the different percentage of ingredients and things. So the different amounts of nitrogen infused. So we get softer feels in different models. So you can see like this is a very soft foam.
And it's confusing, right? Because it makes a lot of sense, but it's confusing at the same time because within New Balance's range, you've got fresh foam, which is, your daily trainer, long run, soft, spongy. And then you've got FuelCell, which is in anything that has any relation to going fast, but on first glance, especially when you stick your foot in that thing, it's soft.
Yeah,
it's really soft.
so
it
soft.
would be easy to make the assumption that was
a daily trainer.
Yeah, a daily trainer.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean, without knowing the details on the shoe.
Yeah, I mean, my first run in it was a workout, and I pretty much it was a continuous workout. So I did 5K warm up, reasonably slow. So I was like, oh, this is quite soft. I don't know if this is going to be quite a fast shoe. But then once I started doing my fartlek and my tempo, it was like this midsole transformed from this really squishy, complacent foam into a really firm, responsive foam. And it felt like I had a plate in there.
Well, that's one of the things that you were saying, and you said this to me in a text previously, that it when you really get rolling, it almost has like a retro racing flat style feel. Is that right? Like in a good way. Like a lot of time, you know, in the world of plates, people think racing flat's a bad thing, but
yeah, it's good that you mentioned that because I remember sending that text. I had just finished a workout around the bay in Sydney, and I was thinking, all right, that kind of reminds me of like my feet actually having to do a little bit of work, like in our old racing shoes. So our low stack height, like quite aggressive racing shoes, which we all raced in for years until the high stack revolution. But yeah, I was surprised. The ground feel when you're running fast, like it's like you could be way more aggressive in them.
okay.
Yeah, that not saying like the high stack plated shoes you can't be aggressive in, but you've just got like a bit more like ground feel. You can attack.
So for those who try a pair
more.
on, it's worth mentioning, hey, this is going to feel really soft when you're standing in the shoe.
Yeah,
But as soon as you get up around the realms of, you know, your kind of pace, it's going to start completely transform.
yeah. No, it's going to be good for all levels of runners for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
you'll have fun across the board.
And last question, you're lucky enough to run in a whole range of shoes. Like, I mean a whole range of shoes. If you can you summarize what your sort of like week or month of training looks like with what shoes you wear and why?
Okay.
We might be here for 40 minutes, but yeah, if you could summarize that
So,
for us, I
very
think that'd
briefly,
put a lot of perspective on it.
So I do 2 long runs in a week, 2 workouts, and then I just jog the in-between days. So 5 days a week, I'll run twice.
Yep.
And I'll try to wear shoes like this, or your Endorphin Speed, or like that sort of fast daily trainer sort of category of shoe on my workout days, sometimes plated. And then in races, I'll wear my carbon plated shoes.
Yep. And for you, that's an Endorphin Pro or a Vaporfly.
That's race day.
Yeah, that's your race day
Pro
shoe.
And
Yep.
Vaporfly Next
And
Percent.
so why would you, like, let's say you've woken up on your tempo day, why would you reach for a Speed or a FuelCell Rebel V2?
Or
Because I know, I'm putting you on the spot
That
here
is
because I
pretty
know
good,
they're
yeah.
your two favourites.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like they're your two favourites. You've sung the praises that the Endorphin Speed well and truly was your favourite. And from where I'm sitting, it seems like the Rebel might have actually given it a bit of competition.
yeah, it's going to ruffle a few feathers, I think, in that sort of category. If I was doing longer stuff, more race specific stuff, I'll probably do the Endorphin Speed because it imitates what I'm going to race in a bit more with the plate. If I'm going to do a run that I've got to work out straight after a warm up and then a cool down straight into it, I'd probably go for something like this.
Okay.
Because that midsole is so unique and it changes the sensation over the pace that you run in. That's probably why I'd pick this. And yeah, on easy days, like I might start wearing these a bit more as well.
Yep.
Going back to my weekly structure, I probably wear the New Balance 1080s and 880s quite a bit at the moment for my easy jogging. Nike Epic Reacts, still got a few of those in the rotation. Nova Blast from Asics.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate to work in a shoe store, so I
Yeah.
wear like the whole spectrum.
Yeah. Well, and we you know what I mean, with the mileage you're doing, we like to throw shoes your way to get some feedback on them before they launch to the customer as well. So you are always running in something different. But on the Endorphin Speed versus FuelCell Rebel V2, I not to keep bringing up a soft spot for you, but I think it just plays into the versatility of that shoe even more, right? Because the thing is, and I mean this as kind as possible, right, is that the majority of runners out today aren't training as much as what you are, and they're not running as fast as what you are, right? And if you're going to use the Rebel as your slightly backed off but tempo training shoe, you know what I mean? Like, which that category shouldn't even exist, but it does. I think that's a vote of confidence for those who, you know what I mean, are looking to lift their running, run a little bit faster, want that tempo training shoe that's not going to hurt them, for lack of a better word. And I think that the Rebel fits that niche really well.
100%. And we're seeing, like, the pandemic's been horrible, but it's been unreal for people getting into the sport.
Yep.
So there's a lot of new people that they walk into a shoe store and they're so, like, confused with all the different bells and whistles that you see on the wall. But they might sign up for their first marathon or half marathon or 5K, 10K. So they want something fun, or they're walking into a sort of era of running shoe that is extremely fun. So they're likely to take up the sport and stick with it for years and years. Yep. So this, I think that's a big difference between this and Endorphin Speed, is that $40 price point difference. So yeah, for your entry level runner, like, this is going to be unreal. It's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time in it. It's going to be reasonably safe. Yeah,
nice. Believe in the Run, which is a page that a lot of us follow and like that, you know, really reliable. If you don't follow them, go and follow them. We're filming this on the 1st of April, but they've called it even a week ago, maybe.
Maybe in January they released.
In January.
Video.
Okay, yeah.
I watched that before I got a pair of these. I watched their review like a few times, and they were frothing it. And they called it the shoe of the year. In January.
And that's big accolades, right?
That's huge. Yeah. Now,
do you concur?
I mean, it's pretty early. 88K is pretty early to call that, but it's going to be hard to beat. Let's just say that. Okay, for now, I'm going to say Daily Trainer of the Year for me.
Wow. Okay, that's big raps. All right, thanks for your help, Hops. Thanks for your feedback. Go and put some more Ks in them, and we'll find you something else to run in.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.